finally settled on the final day of the regular season. Clippers beat the Warriors in overtime, clinching the 5 seed in the West. James Harden, 39 points. 39 points, 10 dimes. Warriors will be the 7 seed. They host the Grizzlies in the play-in tomorrow night. Denver, 4 seed in the West. They beat Houston. Nikola Jokic, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 dimes to close out his regular season. Denver gets the Clippers in the first round. Man, be careful. Timberwolves clinching a playoff spot for this 4th straight season. They get a win over the Jazz. Anthony Edwards, another monster game. 43 points, his 9th 40-point game of the season. Minnesota gets the Lakers in the first round. Finally, Kings are the 9 seed. They beat Phoenix. Domantas Sabonis, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 6 dimes. Sacramento hosting Dallas in the 9-10 play-in game. That is Wednesday night. That is on ESPN. All right, those are words. This is how it graphically represents. You see what the bracket looks like here. Oklahoma City is the heavy favorite to win the West, minus 150 over at ESPN Bet. Lakers host the Timberwolves in Game 1. That's Saturday night. Going to be a great series. You can see that on ABC. Senior NBA reporter Brian Windhorst is with us this morning. Brian, good morning. Windy, what level of concern should the Warriors have this morning after they fall all the way to the play-in again?
Yeah, they did so much great work over the last 2 months to get themselves in position. Then they just couldn't close on their home court in the last day of the season, which a lot of that goes to the Clippers. But I think what you got here tomorrow, they got to go play a team in the Grizzlies who they're going to be favored against, who is wounded. But there was a toll from this game. A bunch of players on the Warriors played over 40 minutes. Jimmy Butler suffered a blow to his left quad near the end of this game. He was limping around afterwards. Steph Curry is dealing with a thumb injury that he's trying to play through. It would have been much more preferable if he had a week off before playing in the playoffs. And now they're in a situation where they've, got to try to win to prevent having to play another game. This is an organization that has not always done so great in the play-in. The big thing about this game, assuming that they're able to take care of business against the Grizzlies, who have struggled over the last couple of months against quality teams, they struggled on the interior. Ivica Zubac crushed them on the interior. He had 17 rebounds. They got rebounded by 17 as a team. That's no matter how they get into the playoffs, that's going to be a concern going forward. That was highlighted in this game.
All right, let's keep it out west because the team that beat them and sent them to the play-in round, the Los Angeles Clippers, are an absolute problem right now. They get Denver in round 1. Windy, how is this Clippers team different this time around?
Well, they're just so well balanced, and they have terrific defense up and down the lineup. You look at a guy like Derrick Jones Jr., a guy like Chris Dunn, but the headline is Kawhi Leonard. If you go back and look at the last 15 games, he is shooting 55% from the field, 50% on threes. That mid-range game that was the highlight of his, leading the Raptors to the title of 2019 is back. And then James Harden has had an all-NBA season, and what a statement he made going into Golden State yesterday and being the best player on the court, especially in overtime. They have won 17 of 20 games coming in. They are high at the right time. They are confident, and they have star players that can be difference makers. Obviously, the Nuggets are going to have home court as the 4th seed, but we have to see how healthy Jamal Murray is. That'll be a big factor in this series as well.
If you have to isolate, and let's keep maybe the play-in round out of it, a lower seed that we know of right now, so 6-5, or I guess 7, like which lower seeded team has the chance to pull an upset in the first round in the West?
Going to make this very easy for you. There's no such thing as a lower seed. There's the Thunder, and then everybody else is pretty much very tight. The Grizzlies, they got to prove some stuff to me. So maybe not them, but maybe they'll win 2 games and get in. But I would just say the seeding doesn't matter. These teams are all so tightly packed. Okay.
All right, listen, hey, if Memphis wins, it'll continue a run of futility in the play-in round for Golden State. They've never won there, so we'll see if they prevent us from more Steph moving forward. Brian Windhorst, thank you, sir.
Go indoors for it. The Warriors taking on the Clippers. Last game, last day of the NBA's regular season, and the Clippers are one of the hottest teams in basketball, and they are hot at the right time. But Steph from three-point land trying to beat the Clippers for the first time this season in the regular season. Clippers up 3-0 in the series on the year. James Harden gets the lane. Ivica Zubac playing some fantastic basketball down low. 22 points, 17 boards for him. Clippers tied at 111. And then a healthy Kawhi for the win. No, just a little bit too much weight room, and that's fine. Kawhi hasn't played in this series this season. Now we go to overtime. It's Jimmy Butler Steph Curry uses the screen. That's cash. 7 of 11 from distance for Curry. The Dubs were down by 2. It's Harden throwing up the floater, and look at Jimmy Butler meeting it almost at its apex. It came down. He was called for goaltend. They reviewed it and confirmed, yeah, it was on its way down. Clippers up 121-117. It's Jimmy getting the hoop, getting the harm. The foul would actually be overturned, so it's 121-119, and then this, a harm of a different variety, and not what you want to see. Kawhi Leonard's knee connecting with Jimmy Butler's left knee.
Ow.
He was limping. He would walk it off. He would stay in the game. Later, he said he was okay. All right, Warriors to tie things up. Steph Curry on the court. He should be taking the shot. Instead, it was Buddy Hield. And this is bad news for the Warriors because they go to the play-in game where they are 0-3 all-time in the play-in. Clippers win 124-119. The winner of this game was guaranteed to avoid that play-in. Well, not anymore. This loss will be costly for the Dubs. Golden State 0-3 all-time in the play-in tournament. That includes a loss to Memphis, who they do face tomorrow night. Back in 2021, their 3 losses are the most by any team who has participated in the play-in. Chiney Ogumke joins us now to break things down all NBA. Chiney, fantastic to see you. The Dubs now fall to the play-in. They host the Grizz. How do the Warriors now stack up in this tightly contested Western Conference?
Look, although the Golden State Warriors lost that instant classic that had great playoff seeding implications, they're still the last team that I'd want to see in the playoffs, because once Jimmy Butler, once Steph Curry walk in the door, you know it's still going to be a very long night. Now, I have one concern. It's their interior. If you saw the damage that Ivica Zubac was able to do, 22 points, 17 rebounds. Unguardable when it comes to the Golden State Warriors because of their lack of interior defense. But other than that, Steph Curry showed he can still make big shot after big shot. Jimmy Butler, one of the toughest on the floor, still able to do what he's able to do. Again, that effect, the Jimmy Butler effect, upping Steph from 22 points per game to 27 points per game. Also, the Golden State Warriors, they were the worst prior to Jimmy in free throws. Now they lead the league in that category. They have a lot of good to hold on to, even though they're going to be least rested heading into the postseason.
Okay, I heard a little nugget in there, and you said this is the team you would want to face the absolute least. When on the other side of this, the Clippers, they finished the season winning 18-21, 8 straight wins. Now that sets up a date with the Nuggets. Are they, in your eyes, the biggest threat to the Thunder?
Look, this is hard because I never want to fall victim to recency bias, but this is the hottest team in the West, the Los Angeles Clippers. I have a friend, he's our producer, Demetrius Harris, longtime Clippers fan. I feel like this is the year, or at least more importantly, this is the time for my guy Demetrius to have some hope. The Clippers, they're putting it all together. What they did yesterday, you've got Kawhi, who since March 1st is averaging 25 points per game on over 50% from the field and 40% from 3. But most importantly,